Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Lightbringers Guild Wars 2 podcast. If you are here, you're listening to awesome, pure awesome from pure awesome people. And I'm not sure why the music just stopped. Oh, that's because it came towards the end of the song. I timed that badly. We're not restarting. I can't be bothered. We're going to be talking about just a little thing today. It's going to be just a little thing that popped up onto our radars in the last, week on the 15th. It is the expansion reveal from ArenaNet, who gave us the Visions of the... wait, let's go back actually. Visions of Eternity. There's the logo on the intro screen, which looks lovely. And the video, well, the whole animation and everything, it just looks so good. But
it does.
It's just the logo, right? And we got.
I loved that logo reveal. That was so good.
It's a sexy logo. It's actually the sexiest logo we've seen.
Someone actually poured their whole heart into that design, and I love that for them.
Yeah.
Really, really, really good. If you're with us live on Twitch, hello. I hope you're very well. We are also on Spotify, YouTube, and iTunes, and all the things. If you want to find the podcast, you do just Google or whatever is your chosen thing. And like Bing, probably not that. But
Bing.
I don't know. Isn't that one? That's one as well.
It is.
It's probably a bit shit. I already swore.
Ask Jeeves.
Ask Jeeves. Oh, I remember Ask Jeeves. Ask Jeeves was fancy. But you can find us anywhere. We're on one of your favorite listening platforms, probably if you even podcast specific sites, because we have an RSS feed, which sends us all out to everywhere you possibly can imagine. But try and check us out there. Otherwise, youtube.com/JebroUnity there, twitch.tv/JebroUnity as well on a Sunday, normally at 12 p.m. Pacific, but today we are about an hour and a bit earlier because I have something I am going to today, and I thank my guests for being here all cozy in the morning on a Sunday. I know it's not that early for everyone, but you know. And also in the evening for Fornax, which is, it's probably 7 a.m. or 12 a.m. Sorry, or something like that. It's not. I know it's not that late. It's okay.
5 to 7.
It's 5 to 7
in the UK, and it's raining as well, guys. So we're very moody over here.
Oh, a return to fall.
Jealous of that rain.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like cloudy where I am. Pretty rough.
Yeah, we got clouds, but it's just like it's promising rain and not delivering, and it makes me mad.
Oh, you want the actual rain?
Yeah. The
Amazing.
best thing is sitting out on the front porch as it rains, sipping a hot cup of tea, sketching.
I think Oscot's return to the podcast today will be setting the mood, apparently, for all of our actions. So he's going to be like, so where should I be playing this elite specialization? And what does it remind you of? But we have some amazing guests.
Is this coffee,
Yeah, that's right.
That would actually be a really fun conversation.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I know what I'm doing with that person immediately. Give me 2 seconds. Let's ban them. Okay.
No, keep them around.
No, I can't be arsed with people who can't deal with pronouns.
I love instigating. I love combating people. I'm just kidding.
I have to do it on the comments of our page as well. If you don't like pronouns, then you're just a piece of crap. Sorry. It's easy as that. It's not hard, people. We all have them.
It's asshole repellent. That's what it is.
It is. It's really not that difficult, everyone. Okay, so we have some wicked guests. We have Engelbert Meow. We have Otterscotch. We have Fornax. And we have Kroof. Otterscotch has not been here for a fair while, so it's nice to see you here. How are you doing? What are you up to? How are you going? Have a little catch up with you.
Life has been absolute and total chaos. We have moved halfway across the country in the last few months, and it involved we had a whole bunch of family stuff as well in the beginning of the year. So it was pop out to where we were moving for some house hunting, go back, attend the family event, pop out for another house hunting trip because the last one was fruitless, go back for another family event, then start frantically packing in the middle because the truck was going to be gone for 2 weeks like between where it left our old place and arrived at our new place. So for like 2 weeks, we had a mattress on the floor, and that was our entire existence.
Wow.
Humble.
And so now we are finally in the new place.
Good.
Mostly unpacked. I
Yeah.
have no idea where my webcam is, so you get my delightful little otter face.
Yeah, I've made sure that it's filling the entire
Congratulations.
screen.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Big
Yes.
congrats on the move. There's no
It's a
small feat.
good move. Also, it was so needed, and we're in such a good place, and our neighborhood is absolutely delightful.
Oh, I love that.
That's so good. That's awesome.
The environment you are in can be so important.
Yeah,
100%.
Especially in America.
yeah.
Especially in America. Okay, lovely. Thank you for the update. Make sure you all can check out Oscot and everyone else's stuff in the description below in the YouTube video, and also in Spotify as well. And also, with the expansion comes a pre-purchase as well, and there will be a link for all the partners that are here. Oscot will be a partner in the future, I have no doubt. When they start getting back to streaming.
Screaming too.
Just randomly screaming in the street. Yeah,
You
we want
know,
viewers, and they're in
that's
that
a
part.
niche that I don't think has been filled yet. You go out in
Screaming
public
otters?
and you just scream about Guild Wars 2 in public, using your
yeah.
First Amendment right wisely.
That's true. I mean, people scream
I'm
about more
actually-
ridiculous things.
In a really great place, because our new place has got kind of a funky arrangement, but it also means that
Funky.
when I'm in my room, you cannot hear me from the bedroom, like no matter how much noise I make. So I can do my late night streams and just like
That's cool.
yell and rant and ramble, and I won't disturb a soul, and it's wonderful. Because the last place, everything was really clustered and all the doors faced each other. There was no way to soundproof it.
I remember doing that when I streamed in the UK and I was living in my parents' place still to save money to move to America. My parents' bedroom, their wall, where the backboard of their bed was on the other side of where I streamed in the room next door. And
Yeah,
I'd stream
yeah.
at like 1, 2 a.m. and I'd just hear my dad like, "Shut the fuck up, Daniel!" And I'm just like, "How dare you?
Yeah.
How dare you do
Look where
that?"
you
No,
are
part of the
now.
reason I had that reputation for being such a cozy, mellow streamer with a really soft voice was because I was trying desperately not to disturb anyone else. So I had to keep my tone down.
That's such a good way of keeping that going.
And now you're going to be screaming, so it's going to be great.
Yeah, you're the opposite now, the screaming streamer. Engel, how are you doing today? What's going on? How are you doing? What are you up to? You good?
Doing pretty good. Yeah, happy to be here. My name's Egel. I stream on Twitch mostly. I do a series on my Twitch channel called Curse Cosplays, where we cosplay things from Guild Wars 2. People, places, things, whatever your creative minds can think of. I have probably put on a list somewhere of ideas. And yeah, we play Guild Wars 2 and chat on the other days. And yeah, excited for what we're talking about today. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Oh, you're so welcome. Please check out Engel. Their bits and bobs are in the description below. We've had this discussion about bits and bobs. If you want to go to the last episode, you're going to have to watch it to find out what that means. It's nothing sordid. Trust me. This podcast is Christian. No, it's not.
Going. No, you got it.
I was like, oh, you might
got
want to
it.
pick me out.
Christian, what is it called? Like Christian, what is it? Rock podcast or something? I don't know.
Oh, I don't know where you were going with that one, Chief.
I
but
don't know.
I support you in your
I-
endeavors.
Used to be
Are
a
we?
meme.
Are you singing?
No.
Oh well. I'm
used to
suddenly
do
very
that.
disappointed, and I want to go. So
I used
you-
to, but back in vocals
There used to
mostly.
be a Guild Wars 2 a cappella group, like Pitch Perfect.
I mean, there
but
probably is.
Lara probably can
Yeah.
whip up a few people.
Maybe we should get
Yeah.
Lauren to do that. Sorry, I'm going to get someone else to intro, otherwise it's going to be a rambling cast. I don't mean us just randomly walking through forests. Fornax, hello, how are you doing? You good? What's going on?
Hello.
You got
I'm
your
okay.
tea?
Hello. How are you doing? I've got my tea. I'm good.
in your picture.
How you doing? I'm Fornax, the Brighton Herald. I make content of. I'm just saying hello. Hi guys. I make content over on YouTube. And occasionally, when my friend invites me to come and talk to him on his stream, I go and do that as well. So that was fun. We didn't. I enjoyed our last podcast. It was very fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, I make content over on YouTube. If you want to check that out, check out the Crichton Herald or Fornax the Herald over on Blue Sky.
Nice. Yes.
That's all there is. Hello, people.
Just that. Just all of that. You know, just all of that awesome.
Yeah.
Go and check out Fornax and all their things. I'm not going to say bits and bobs anymore. I've had enough. Kroof, hello. What's going on?
I
You look very comfy there today. If you can't see video, everyone, Kroof is wearing a hoodie with also a onesie.
no. Try
What is it?
again.
A cardigan?
It's a sweater.
Is it?
The jumper.
It's a cardigan. I'm not Taylor Swift.
Cardigan is open in the front.
I can't
yeah?
see. Oh, I thought you had a line down the middle. Sorry, that's just the.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Just
recovering there.
felines down the middle.
Ooh.
There you go.
So yes, for the audio listeners, I am reclining today. I got a banky. I'm in a cat sweater, even though it is not the appropriate weather for it. To catch you all up on my lore, I went out last night with my friend's birthday party, and I got home at 2:30, went to bed around that time, and then woke up at 6 for some reason.
Oh.
So I'm battling demons you cannot see, but maybe you can hear. My voice is also going. So it's going to be a little ASMR today. If you like ASMR vocal fry, but hey, want some salt with those fries? Also, if I should advertise what I'm doing, you can follow me over on YouTube and Twitch. I'm currently making a new player guide for Guild Wars 2, which is in the works. It's like about halfway done. So be on the lookout for that. And I also stream here on the weekends. Thank you so much. And I'm also the proud owner of the 24 karat cubic zirconium Thank you, Angle, for that one. That was Angle's doing.
I'm gonna lose my mind.
All of you. The reason why you're all here is because you already lost it. And you're just trying to re-find it. Amazing.
I don't know if we'd be here if we were trying to find it again. I think we're running away from it.
That's true. Just true. Distractions are
Avoidance.
necessary. Extreme avoidance. So we have an expansion that has been announced. It was announced on the 15th of July, which was on Tuesday, which we knew was coming. And they were doing a little bit of a countdown day by day. And they were giving us elite spec icons and teasing us with information. Well, not much information. It was just the elite spec icons. It wasn't that much. Which has been awesome. It's been really nice to have that, I guess, speculation of the elite specs. Is elite spec speculation or whatever?
The elite speculation.
Yeah, the elite speculation. Yeah, that works better because it's shorter.
Where the elite speculate.
Elitely speculate. Something. And they gave us some names of they confirmed 3 of the elite specs for different classes, and we're going to go through that in a bit, as well as their names. And they gave us names for the next 2, but not the classes they're associated with. So we're going to talk about that in a bit. But we're just going to go through the blog. We're just going to go through the blog post and discuss exactly what the features are, and give you our thoughts and theories and words. We're also going to watch the reveal trailer. So if you've not got the video up again, I probably will not link the trailer in the description because I'll probably forget. So just go watch it somewhere or on the stream if you want to go and watch it on Twitch or YouTube or whatever, on Spotify. There will be video there. But we're going to read through this. We're going to talk about it. And I'm going to go first. Reading on a Sunday morning. It's still Sunday morning. It's okay. Oh yeah. Where were you when you first heard about the Guild Wars 2 expansion on Tuesday the 15th? I was at work.
Same. I was also at work.
Everyone else.
I was live here.
Oh, cool! Because we had drops,
Yeah.
right? There was drops.
Yeah, I took the day off for reasons, according to my boss.
Oh yeah.
But
That's right. I actually wish I'd taken the day off, but I didn't.
I tried to. No one wanted to switch any shifts with me.
God damn it. Just never offer to take this. Just don't offer. It's fine.
Fine.
Okay.
I powered through. I got money. I secured the bag.
That's what they secured the bag. Amazing. Right, I'm going to read this before I start to waffle more. Okay, so announcing Guild Wars 2 Visions of Eternity. Today we're thrilled to announce our next expansion, Guild Wars 2 Visions of Eternity, and its release date. Guild Wars 2 Visions of Eternity. There's no TM there. Normally there is. Oh, there wasn't a bit before. Launches on October 28th, so the end of October 2025. And like the previous two expansions, will bring with it a year of story chapters and 3 major content updates. You can get an overview of what to expect from our 6th expansion on the official page, and we'll be sharing tons of additional details between now and launch. So October 28th, awesome. Late, we already knew it was later than we thought it was gonna be, which is fine. But it is a while away. It is, what is it? How many months? Let me work it out. 1, 2. I mean, actually, it's 3.5 months away. It's actually not that bad.
We just gotta survive summer for it.
Yeah.
Just gotta get through summer.
Yeah, like it's 3 months. It's just over 3 months. It's okay. It's okay.
Light work.
I mean, I think it's nice. Summer will be finishing, the weather will be getting a bit rubbish, and then we have a nice new expansion to kind of dive in and cozy up to. I think it's a good time for me.
She like it. It's, yeah, later, to be fair. I just hope that they've, as we were talking about last week, I just hope they've got enough to, I mean, I know they've got enough to tease us with. I think I've been worried about like us just getting flooded with loads of stuff, but with the cadence of how they're going to kind of release more information on elite specs over the coming weeks, and etc., it actually feels like it's going to be okay, which I'm glad about. But I'm just going to whack straight into the trailer, and that's what I'm going to show for the next 1 minute and 37 seconds, just in case you're wondering what's going on and we're quiet and you can just only hear sound, people. Okay, I'm going to show it now. Let's go. Exciting.
Whatever the Inquest are searching for, we need to find it first.
These fools have no idea the power that's buried here. The ley energies on Castora flow in abundance. The wildlife is vicious. Finding the future requires exceptional vision. We will use every tool at our disposal. After this is done, they'll remember us forever.
That sound on that flipping logo as well is so good. Oh my god.
It's sexy.
Oh, sounds
Yum.
beautiful. It is. So that trailer still gives me goosebumps when I watch it. I think because I love the music. The music is so good in this trailer. I don't know if it's already a Guild Wars 2 trailer. I don't know if I remember. I feel like I've heard it before. Maybe I haven't. But
No, it's new.
it is new, right? Like it's just
Yeah.
really flipping
believe so.
like
We need to find it.
so good. So good. So we're going to Castora, sorry. It's the Inquest, as mentioned in the beginning, and we see them quite a lot in the trailer as well. And we got ley energy, and we've got tons of other stuff that's coming up. Who wants to give us first thoughts on the trailer? What was, for a reveal trailer, how did you feel about it? What was it? Was it great? Was it good? Was it bad? Did it show you enough? Did it get you excited? How do you feel? Who wants to go first? Whoever something.
My first impression, I was ecstatic.
Mm-hmm.
I was an egg in a lightning field. It was so fun, and I felt like this one. I had to go back and rewatch the other announcement trailers because I am always craving more information. But most of their first trailers for expansions are quite general, and they're not going into like many features. But I thought this one, in comparison to something like Secrets of the Obscure, was leagues and miles more well done and polished. It felt there was a good amount of story that at least set it up to kind of hook you in and want more. And the environments that they showed off of Castor, this new land that we're going to, stunning. So I thought that this trailer was a visual treat.
It was bloody beautiful.
I agree. I love the fact that we get actual gameplay footage. It's not some fancy CG rendered idealist version of the game that nobody gets to play. It's all in game. It's all the footage that we're going to be interacting with, and I love that rawness. And I hope that we'll get lots of that kind of trailers and that kind of cutscenes in the expansion to kind of highlight the story, because they do them so well, and I'm greedy. I like them. But yeah, I thought it was very, very lovely. It's got very much a Melandru feel to it. And I love the Asura. I think that they're just such a rich tapestry to draw from in terms of narrative.
Aren't they though, Phonics? Right?
Yeah, absolutely. And all the ideas of like underground cities and things from the Asura, I loved. Was it Mount Maelstrom with the caldera? I really enjoyed that kind of like subterranean vibe. So I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a fun exploration, I think.
Yes.
I love that the commander has finally learned that when the Inquest are on the move, we really need to like, hey, what's going on over there? What are they after? We should know.
Yeah, they're such a big organization that they deserve like a little bit more, probably. Like they're kind of consistent in different areas.
Their motives are going to immediately attract them to the single most dangerous source of power in the region.
Yeah. I am interested as to why we're just the setup for this expansion, because at the moment the Tyrian Alliance is like really focused on tackling world-ending threats.
Yeah.
And the Inquest are kind of just is this word ancillary, like secondary antagonists for the most part. Like they pop up, but they never had a big moment like this. So I'm just wondering what that spark is going to be that ignites the fuse of this expansion. Because going from Titans to just having a question about the Inquest, like, oh, what are you guys doing? It's like quite a jump. But because it's an area shrouded in mystery, I think that's what's going to pull us.
Yeah, so a question for anyone who's played Guild Wars 1. Is Castora a name we've heard before at all?
I believe like so.
I'm not going to remember.
Terrain.
Yeah, I'm not going to remember that, but I'm pretty sure I don't remember it at all. And it didn't. I'm even Googling it right now because I'm like, Guild Wars 2 Wiki Castor. It's just 5 days ago. Some information has been added there, but it's just pictures. Or do we know anything like Engel? Was there anything in the art book about Castora?
No.
Oh, yeah.
And sadly, all of my dreams were crushed when I watched this trailer, but it's okay. It was like my heart was swelling up really big and then just being shattered to pieces.
It was
as I saw
such
my
a good
red string theory.
Yeah, but
wall
like
just
it was a good
light on fire. But
it was a good theory though. I mean, I did immediately think about you, and I was like,
yeah. Like she's crushed. She's laying on the floor crying right now. Like, yep, it's okay.
I didn't think that hard, but if that's what happened, I'm sorry.
No.
Oh, okay.
It's an awesome feeling. I would honestly rather it be something that I couldn't predict. I think that's what's really fun about it, because now I'm going into it like, oh, I have no idea, and I'm seeing all this stuff for the first time. I did not predict most any of this, so It's gonna be a lot of fun. Those are my favorite movies. I don't know about you all, but it's my favorite movies and books are ones where I think I know where it's going and then just totally get blindsided. So
Absolutely.
that's kind of what it felt a little bit. But lots of cool things in there that I'm excited to talk about, like the mounts,
Oh,
for
yes.
instance. But we can get into that
yes.
later.
For sure.
Yeah, I have thoughts on that too.
Okay, well,
I'm really happy. Oh, sorry, go on.
I was going to say, Oscot hasn't given us an opinion on the announcement trailer first, but we could do that and then do we want to continue on? I mean, I think Engel didn't. I'm not sure if Engel did either, but officially, but.
Well, I
it.
think I'm kind of like in the same place as Engel, where I had a series of like probably my ranked hopes of what it would be.
Mm-hmm.
And it just like sidestepped my list. So like we didn't end up with the stuff I would have been disappointed to see. We didn't end up with the stuff I would have been ecstatic to see. And now I'm just kind of like, I don't know where this is going. This could go literally anywhere.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And I'm intrigued and ready to be pleasantly surprised.
I crave more.
Yeah, and I'm like, I need a little more information before I really get invested in any new theories, because we're going to a completely new place with completely new. I mean, I'm seeing new creatures, I'm seeing new terrain, I don't know anything about this except the Inquest.
Yeah. Inquest and I guess lay energy. That's the only things.
True.
Yeah.
But the lay energy's kind of been like an undercurrent theme to everything so far.
That's true. Nice. Okay. Cool. Petralia and
so if they didn't mention lay energy, I would have been surprised.
Yeah. That's true. There is like this sense of like, I mean, there's a lot of like we're traveling to a place which feels very far away, almost like with Camphor again, because we're in these ships that are like weathered and get completely like, you know, maybe wrecked. And I'm wondering like, you know, we do see these kind of ships in the trailer which are kind of on top of very like they've been like, you know, there was considerable amount of people who have come here and you know, crashed basically, like been upended and whatnot.
Might I just point out that ship is like an Orion ship asset, which also makes me think just something to always keep in mind is that when Zaitan rose, there was a massive tsunami flood all around. So I wonder if they're gonna touch on like how this island survived that, or what the effect was on that. That would be a really small, but I think very important, like lore detail to just be like connecting it back into Tyria, to be like, oh, the dragons, there was the Zaitan rising of ore, and this is how we survived it or something.
Oh, that would be cool. Damn.
I'm kind of predicting a shipwreck in our future. I love it when we kind of roll into the expansion on a boat. I remember going into like Path of Fire and that trailer of us like flying out and over different places that we'd never visited. I love that. And there was another one which was when we were on the ship and there was that massive explosion, and you kind of get drawn into the story like that.
Is it Camphor when we go into End of Dragons?
Or Bloodstone Fan.
Bloodstone Fan, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That was a really cool cutscene.
Oh, that was so good. And I love the fact that when we have that kind of real in-game like narrative travel, it kind of draws you into the story more rather than kind of like a teleportation point or something like that. So I'm sincerely hoping that this is like a shipwreck isle, and we get like washed ashore and shipwrecked on it, and our adventures start that way. That would be very narrative and fun.
Okay. I was just looking.
Can I just say, along the ship theme, Jebro, you totally called pirates out last week in our speculation.
God, you did.
Right, yeah.
And I immediately thought of you. I was like, how is Jebro correct?
I know. What's happening?
He's always wrong.
Like, what is happening? Like, what is it? The yeah, it was a really like, and if you, I mean, the hat you get in the pre-pressure,
The Commodore hat,
it's
yeah.
kind of like pirate-y, but like is more like kind of, I think it's like it would be stolen from like a higher up person and then used by a pirate. But yeah, it's fun. I mean, there's still the hope that one of those elite specs is kind of pirate-esque, I think, like with the whole like ships. That's the thing actually, because when I saw the start of this trailer, because I think I said that I thought that the kind of one of the elite spec icons looked like boats and ships like coming towards us. And then we watched the trailer and there was just ships and boats coming towards us. I was like, oh, it kind of does actually look a little bit like that. So I don't think it's gonna be that, but I'm just like, I mean, could there be a Paris? Elite spec, would that be weird? I don't think that's gonna be a thing, but
anything goes.
Thief, that fits Thief so well, right? Like a swashbuckler.
It does, but we know what the thief is now.
Thief is gonna be very strange, possibly. When I'm kind of excited for it. It might be really campy and fun.
I'm confused with what their angle is between the icon and what we've seen of the like flavor of it so far.
Yeah, we get to
shot of it in the trailer.
In the near future for sure. I think a lot of the features in this trailer are in the blog post. So what we might do is we might just go through it. But you can see there's things like the skimmer in here, which is doing something a bit different. It's shooting things. So whether or not
the classic meme of like, I'm a healer, but it pulls out Glock,
Yeah, right. Exactly. Yes. Good point. Yeah, the ability you have with the skimmer is
Wouldn't
a
it
heal.
be interesting if those like little missiles did like healing to allies and minor damage to enemies?
That would be very interesting. Yeah.
So you can like
really
send some healing ahead of you as you fly into combat.
That would be very.
It would lean into the supportive feature of the skimmer, and most of the other combat abilities have mostly just been damage focused, so that might be a good way to differentiate it.
Absolutely. Yeah, because the skimmer doesn't really get used much other than just going underwater, I guess.
Well, but its current use skill is a heal, so you would think that as they develop it, it's going to be thematically in that direction. Right. I concur.
Makes sense.
My brother actually uses the skimmer instead of the glider like half the time.
That's cool.
It's so weird, but he has
Mega
so
Brain
much fun
actually.
with
It is a bit. That is a bit.
He prefers it over the glider unless he needs updrafts.
Yeah, I wonder how they're going to push the movement element of the skimmer, because they did that with the Warclaw where they gave it these bounding leaps and jumps. So I wonder how they're going to breathe new life, maybe aside from a combat ability on the skimmer.
I mean, I think that this land is going to be mostly flat, probably, right? So that the skimmer
I don't know.
gets
Like
used
you just
more.
paused on a freeze frame that has big mountains in the background.
Yeah,
That's
I
true.
think they might
That's
have...
true. It's literally there. That is literally there. Like, I think it's going to be very flat.
I think it's going to be like the Crystal Desert.
Thank you so much, Oscot, for destroying that within literally seconds. So
I
true,
will say there, but you probably are onto something in terms of there will be flat areas where there is water, because I think the skimmer does gain a lot of movement benefit from skimming over water. So
I was just gonna say, like, there looks to be like a lot of rivers and small ponds and pools of water that they can maybe keep momentum over as they're moving through this map. So
it's also an island, so there's a good chance that we're going to get a big chunk of ocean, like around the oh no, I'm blanking. It's not the Desolation. It's Straits of.
Straits of Devastation, yeah.
Devastation, that was it. Yeah, so we've got like these big swaths of ocean in between our land masses, and so like you got a lot of potential for really powerful skimmer space.
Wait, Straits of Devastation, where's that?
Or around Fort Trinity.
And they did that in Path of Fire as well with the map which you use the skimmer on quite a lot. Well, two maps you use the skimmer on much. Yeah. Sam's, yes, yeah. And then there's the bottom
Ellen
like
Riverlands.
left-hand corner. You can't get to it unless you have a flying mount, I suppose. But flying mounts went around then. Yeah. Oh no, I guess they technically were.
It would be fun if they had some sort of like old faithful geysers that you could like upspout on. That would be kind of like awesome to get like a boost up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be kind of cool.
Do you mean geysers? Do you mean geysers?
Yeah.
Geyser.
Okay, I was like, there's just gonna be some old geezer who gives you a ride.
Yeah.
He's just like, wee.
Yeah.
That would be so
Nice on
amazing.
him,
Like.
and yeah,
You're skimming over his lawn. He's grumpy about it. Kicks you into the air.
Exactly.
something like that.
See that.
Gonna be my first time.
You heard it here
Thanks,
first.
Cliff.
Pony boy.
Crew.
I can teach everyone how to do it. It's fine.
Okay, sure.
No, but I do love. I think for the idea of a almost geyser transformation into an updraft system would be really fun to give that some nice interplay.
Absolutely.
Ooh, and you could have like jumping puzzles where you have to like bounce on different geysers.
Thank you, Chris,
I
for
do like-
continuing the geezer theme. Now, I should
I think
never
we
have
should
said
change
the
it.
difference.
No, we should change it. I think Fornax it's a much funner word to say.
A much funner word to say.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
I'm gonna have to
Love
check
it.
whether my pronunciation is proper. I apologize.
Wonderful.
No. I loved it.
I do have to say, I am like, despite this being an island expansion, I am surprised that they went for the skimmer over like the jackal, because I feel like the jackal has really kind of been neglected and needs an overhaul, whereas the skimmer was actually had its own unique niche uses that were good.
True.
I completely agree, Otter. I mean, like you, I think point up a great like jackal. I was also on the jackal camp in terms of giving it a new breath of life, because they updated it so it can go underwater, which is a pretty fantastic use for the skimmer. So
It's an epic use.
jackal.
It's really
Jackal's maybe lagging behind a little bit.
Like, I still stubbornly use my jackal at every turn because I love it, and it's got some of the best mount skins in the game.
Yeah, like the dogs and stuff.
For sure.
Like, yeah. I mean, I got mine out the other day
Like,
just to show someone. I was just like, this is the only reason why I use my jackal now.
Yeah,
To show
but
people.
I stubbornly use it. I mean, it still is like the best one to run up slopes or to get around tricky corners, but that's such limited uses.
Yeah.
I'm just using it out of sheer stubbornness because I adore it.
Yeah, that's quite cool. Awesome. Good stuff. What else is there? There's a big creature, which I think, we're seeing that as probably something as an encounter, which we're going to talk about in a bit as well.
Crab boy.
Wait, what, sir?
Crab boy.
Crably?
Mr.
Indeed.
Krabs.
We do see...
I want...
Go on, sorry.
There is like a few frames back from Crab Boy. That's the there's like a big raptor. I want that as a mount skin. I love it.
Beautiful, right? Like it looks like a proper, like a different kind of raptor. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, is that a new ranger pet?
Ooh, that would be fun.
I literally only just thought about
love
that. I didn't even think about that before. But aren't we normally getting ranger pets in these expansions?
Yeah.
So I actually never use ranger. Is there currently a raptor ranger pet? Because there's raptors all over Tyria.
Yeah, but there's different kinds of. There's the same like mower, right? Wait, is there more than one
Raptor.
Like, so there's more type.
I don't think so.
Is there
there's
not
a
a
bunch of
raptor pet? It must be.
I just check.
Did you just
It's
check?
not about that.
This would be the time to introduce it.
Is there really
This-
not a raptor?
This
God.
raptor, if you look really close to the ones at the end, is the raptor that's underneath all of the tech that the Inquest put on it. So I think it might actually be.
That'd be a
like
great
a
new
mount.
ranger pet. Or if they had a juvenile one that was much smaller, that
Oh
they could
yeah, I suppose.
Yeah.
place for them. I think that'd be fun. And I also love it's so colorful. I think this expansion in general is going to have a lot of vibrancy and
Yes.
interest with like different hues and tones of colors, which will be nice. Because Century was a little, and Jan Through Wilds was a little dark at times.
Yeah, it is
Yeah, like
actually.
I liked the like more natural tones and the bog colors. I loved so much of that atmosphere, but this is also very fun looking, just vibrant, wild, what, peacock shrimp colors.
It's a bit more like kind of the first map on End of Dragons, which is very bright and colorful and yeah. Damn, there's so much when you said, I think it was you, Kroof, who said in comparison to the previous release trailers, I just looked at Secrets of the Obscure and the Janthia Wilds one, which is obviously just spears. I think it was mostly in there, but like the Secrets of the Obscure release trailer, announcement trailer was not very good in comparison to this. Is what the word, like it was very basic compared to this.
Yeah.
I mean, I think because of the title Secrets of the Obscure, they kind of just like wanted to make it more obscure. I don't know if that was the intention, but like, you know, it made sense. But
I think now it's their third time doing these yearly expansions. So I think they've also just been able to refine their marketing process, and going into each expansion, they know how to elevate certain elements of their trailers and their media kits and whatnot. So I think it's just
figuring out how to hold back enough information as well.
Yeah,
the right amount.
Probably during Secrets of the Obscure, we were probably all like, we need more, and so they've maybe found a good middle ground.
Yeah, there's a lot in this, and we've got a player character who is so normally, I mean, Elder Scrolls Online trailers normally have it's kind of defined as like which character is like the player character in the trailer, like who you are. And I think in this one, you're the Necro, you're the Ritualist, right? And you're in different spots. Like you get to see some abilities here and there with like a scepter in your hand, potentially.
I like that scepter smack.
Yeah, that's smack. And there's a potential block as well from some projectiles, which is very interesting. Which is on the screen right now, literally. Like you seem to swipe them away or something like that. And then you've got 3 other potential classes here as well, which we know kind of the names of if you want to go off of colors. I mean, I guess it is Evoker on the left, in the middle is Troubadour, and then you've got on the right hand side is the
Antiquary.
Yes.
Strange. That name, Antiquary.
I know it is very strange.
I'm baffled.
Yeah, we'll get to that. That's for sure. I'm just trying to figure. Yeah, so we see something from the Evoker here, which is cool because what is happening. I thought that little wolf thing was in the background, whereas I actually think it's hanging out next to them, or kind of over their shoulder, which is interesting. Like a scrapper bot. Thing,
a little gyro,
makes it like a little gyro, which I thought was kind of cool.
Oh, I hope they give it animations. You know the Memory of Otter infusion, where it like jumps
absolutely.
around behind you, and I hope it moves around like that a little.
You can see that puppy in the background in another one where the 3 characters are just stood there looking cool. He's jumping in the background of that.
Oh, good.
Maybe, maybe they're. Would that be awesome if it was a new ranger pet? That would be pretty cool. I'm just saying. Anyway.
That as a ranger pet model would be fun.
This here is very interesting.
Yeah.
The shot. I mean, I don't think I've paused it specifically on this screen, but the I can't say it properly. Antiquary. Wow. There's like bags of money, like just thrown around and stuff.
And Scrit for Thief.
Right? Is that a Scrit though?
Oh yeah.
I think it is.
It's kind of beefy though.
I just think it's closer to the, like really close to the camera, the perspective.
Oh yeah, it's covering the knee a little bit. That's true. Oh my god, if it's Scrit oriented, like what? That's so wild.
That would
Oh
be
my
funny if
God.
you're a treasure hunter and you realized that the other obsessive treasure hunters that you have this potential allyship with is the Skrit, and you're like,
I mean,
Hey, guys.
literally, look at the hat. I mean, it's an Indiana Jones hat. I mean, right? Like, it's an
It is,
Indiana
yeah.
Jones hat. Like, you're going to a new location to find treasures and stuff, but how does that... We'll talk about that later, because otherwise I like
This
getting
class
your feature on
just
it.
ignores combat, but uses the Skrit to take everybody else's loot. Is
Maybe.
True.
Maybe. It's so
So
nuts,
we've been
though.
playing. I've been playing a Pathfinder campaign with some
Oh, yeah.
friends, and one of them has a spell that's like 100 monkeys or something like that, and he's been using it consistently to pick our enemies' pockets during combat, and it's hilarious.
Right.
And if you could get the Skrit to like run in and pick your enemies' pockets, it could kind of replace the thief currently has that you steal some ability from your enemy,
Sure.
and the Skrit are just like picking spell scrolls out of your enemy's pockets and bringing them over to you.
I wonder if, like, you know, them finding shinies is boons or something. I don't know. Like, you know, it just seems really like a out there idea, which I think is, at the moment we're going into uncharted waters, I guess. Anyway, with the expansion.
Oh,
It's very
okay.
cool.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Okay, I just got excited about something I just saw in chat, where this could be a complete red herring shot, where that's actually a mastery where you have allied with the Skrit, and the mastery allows you to get Skrit to unlock to dig up buried treasure like the Warclaw currently does.
I mean, that would be very cool. I actually love that. That would be sick.
Yeah.
That
So
would
you
be
see why I got so
sick.
excited there.
Can you imagine if we had masteries for
fun.
and then you had dwarf mastery or something? Oh my
Yeah.
god! Sorry, I think that's why I'm excited. I love
That's
scripts.
really
That's
cool.
fine.
Where you like diplomacy masteries.
Yeah, that
I
could
think
work.
that would actually be a really nice mastery system, is to lean into the different races of Tyria. But I just feel like they were showing off like combat features.
Yeah. Oh
in
no.
this
Yeah.
segment,
Yeah.
Yes,
so-
you're right. I just
Absolutely. Just the fun thing.
But
Yeah.
I wouldn't put it past them to have like they just intentionally disrupt like what we're expecting to see with something like a new mastery. That does seem like something that could be calculated.
Yeah. We're gonna need them. That's for sure. And then we've got what we now know as the troubadour for Mesmer.
Yes.
Which is, they're playing a flute right there, but it is a solid thing. Like, this is a actual existing item, it looks like, or a kit, which we've been talking about. But there is some more. I think there was some stuff in the previous trailer which we could also think about. But then Inquest, very, very cool. Inquest are awesome enemies in Guild Wars 2, which you see in the base game. And then we've also got returning hero Ritlock is coming with us by the looks of things. He's on fire a bit. I'm sure he's going to be fine. And Iskaran, of
Little
course.
Condi cleanse, he'll be good.
Right.
I cannot wait for Ritlock Iskaran dialogue. By
I
the way,
know,
I
right?
really
Yeah.
cannot wait for that.
What do you think it's going to involve, Engel? How are they going to get on?
They're either really gonna like each other or they're really not.
Oh yeah.
It's true.
They might have
actually.
like where they butt heads, but kind of by the end of the expansion, Ritlock and Isgarn are like, you know what? I respect you.
Mm-hmm.
I respect what you live
Yeah.
by.
Fellow get off my lawn people.
Yeah.
They are the old geezers.
They are.
That's it. That's it. Fornax, you
There's
got
the
your
tie-in.
pieces. There you go. That's so true.
Cranky old geezers.
But
Mhm.
I'm particularly interested to see Ritlock's role in this expansion.
Yeah.
My headcanon, or where I would take him, I feel like a lot of his personal character development has been resolved, especially in Icebrute Saga. But I don't think that his profession importance has been explored in the lore as much. He's one of the only revenants as like a main character. And
Yeah.
with so much storylines talking about the protection of Tyria and the mists becoming weaker, and mysterious leyline energy, I think Ritlock could be used as a really cool tool to give a lot more narrative importance to revenants in game
Mm.
to like peer into the mists and maybe fix things.
Yeah, that's awesome.
How they do that, I'm not sure, but I think Revenant lore is just something I kind of want a little more of.
Yeah, we haven't really had
You
much
know,
since
because-
Star Forms, I guess.
I think that's an awesome idea. I think his profession could be like the point of friction between them, because Isgarin guards the gate of the mists, and he's drawing these creatures force through the mists, and that could be like a really fantastic lore.
I didn't even think of that for an axe. That's such
Yeah.
a good point. Does Isgarin hate revenants?
Oh, damn. Okay.
Ooh, interesting.
That is interesting. Okay, I'm going to push through to the blog post. That's really, really cool. Damn, we're going to need longer time. Standard things you get with the expansion. Standard edition, you get a level 80 booster, shared inventory slot. You get the plumed... Wait, is the plumed hat skin? Oh, no. Plumed hat skin, and you get the chromatic resin weapon skin choice box with the basic edition. Then deluxe, you get an identity repair kit, Castoran tentacle skimmer, which looks interesting, and fairy dust gathering tools. I'm not sure about it. It's very tentacly.
Shout out to Thickerita. Shout out to Thickerita. We love you. My chat has named my mount for this Castoran tentacle skimmer.
I did see.
Thickerita.
I did hear that
The
word.
other option that I also wanted was just wheat, but they went with Thickerita.
Oh, I prefer that as well.
I love wheat.
Why wheat?
It's just so simple, and it's such a staple crop in America, and it's so important. And
It is
it's
literally
just it's easy.
crop, yes.
It's wheat.
I love your thought process. Love it.
I love it, but I just don't understand it. Which I don't think it's okay. It's just for this.
Pick a wheat, I
Everything
guess.
else is fine.
It's not for you to understand. That's
I know,
okay.
right? It's more yeah. There's more nuance.
It makes me think of like a clownfish. You're just hiding in the tentacles of this really
Yeah.
dangerous,
Yeah. it
poisonous
does look
creature, and it's just like protecting you.
Yeah, that's I like that. That's cool.
I wonder if the tentacles tickle you.
Oh my god, we're going there.
One way to find out.
Oh god. I didn't go there.
I need to see some Go Where's 2 fan art of this stat.
I didn't do that. No.
Art
no.
partners, get on it.
Oh my god.
They can be playful. It can be wholesome.
So for the ultimate edition,
Oh
you
my
can get
God.
4,000 gems as well. And this is the time when gems are greatly reduced in cost during expansion, of course.
This is how I get my gems for the year.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh,
It's
so
one of the
I
best
get
ways.
here.
Upgraded.
Because it's
You know, sometimes I'll
25.
like get myself some birthday gems, but this is what I get. This is how I get my gems for the year, is because this discount is just
Is
so
it
dang good.
half? Is it? I
Yeah.
can't remember. It's like half.
It's half.
Yeah, which is a lot off money off that. So it's like you get 2,000 gems.
Pretty much
extra.
the only way to get gems on discount.
I think it is the only
Yeah.
way. Yeah. Other than if you, I guess, use gold, but that doesn't really count.
Sometimes some
True.
stores will put gem codes on, or the gem cards on discount. Like,
Yeah, I remember.
but
What
it's
was it
so
like?
rare.
Walmart and other places like that used to do that, and they used to sell them. And I remember Aurora Peachy would go to like get the sale and like have like just these cards like fanned out, like I got this for so
Really?
cheap. Yeah, she used to tweet that like way back in the day of like when
I
there were
love
sales.
that.
Yeah, it was funny. It was like, and then everyone went to like these stores, but I don't think I was in America then. It's kind of funny. Okay, I'm gonna nip on back over to the thing. There's so much more to talk about in that trailer, but time forbids things, and we can talk about them now. Chris, do you want to read the next bit? Adventure on an unknown island. Do you reckon? Is that okay?
Sure. Yeah.
Lovely.
Let me
Tab.
pull it up.
Oh, sorry. Just like surprised you there.
I just haven't been. I've just been watching the stream.
okay.
Adventure on an Unknown Island. This is a small section. Okay.
Yeah.
It reads. Tyrion's leaders are anxious about rumors of covert inquest voyages launched in search of Castora, an island so remote that it's long been thought to be inaccessible or even non-existent. The risks involved prevent all but the most tenacious, and perhaps foolhardy, of pursuers from investigating the inquest's plans. Your race to discover the inquest's plot will lead you across 2 new open-world regions at launch, each filled with magical energies and strange creatures. 2 additional maps will open as the story continues over the course of a year. For Guild Wars 2 Visions of Eternity, we'll be releasing story chapters differently than we've done for the previous 2 expansions. To read about this and other insights, see our Guild Wars 2 Jan 3 Wilds retrospective blog from last week.
Ooh. So in total, we're gonna get 4 maps? So we get 2 with the original, 2 when it comes out, and then 2 later. And then we talked about this a bit last time of how they're not gonna. The first update isn't gonna be released a map. It's just gonna be focused on like other features and bits and pieces. It'd be interesting to see what they do with that. I think we'll come to that because I'm not gonna go out of order. But what do we think? I mean, there isn't much to really add to this other than like, oh, we're getting less maps, maybe, but also
No, we're getting more maps.
Are we getting more? Wait,
probably more maps than I should preface this by saying last expansion in Genthier Wilds, they had planned for 3 maps, with the 3rd map being released in increments. However, I think in its execution, we could feel that it was supposed to be 1 map, because they decided to split them into 2. So technically we got 4 last time. This time around, they're going into this expansion knowing that they are doing 4 maps, and they won't have to later split one up into 2. So I think that we're going to be getting more map, we're going to be getting more open world gameplay than probably last expansion.
Okay, cool.
More is always more.
Ta-da. I don't think there's actually more to really talk about that. We know about the Inquest, where we've got maps. We've already talked about this last time as well. Is there going to be... Did they say there was going to be story in the first update? Specifically? I mean, I guess...
There is no story in the first update.
Okay,
no.
right. Okay. No story at all. That
no story,
might
no
be
map.
Interesting. How that goes.
But maybe story for like if there's any other, like, I don't know if legendary, I don't know the cadence that legendaries are going to be released or whatever, but
and if they
at
what
least
style they're going to be. Yeah, that's true.
Expect no personal story or new map for the first update.
A potential like side story, or did they say there was going to be a new fractal? And
well,
that actually is hinted at a little later.
Yeah, we're getting there soon. There soon. That's okay.
But honestly, put a pin in that, Otter, because that's actually a good thing to come back to.
True. Expansion features. Is there anyone else that would like to read, or let me know? Otherwise, I can do it. I don't mind.
Yeah, I can get this one.
Otter can take it.
Okay.
All right.
Over it.
Expansion features new elite specializations. Elite specializations are back. Influences from members of the Tyrian Alliance bring new ways to play each of our 9 professions. In Guild Wars 2 Visions of Eternity, you'll experience new trait lines, profession mechanics, and healing, utility, and elite skills, adding many new ways to play your character. From August 20 to 27th, we'll be holding an in-game preview week for you to beta test all of the elite specializations. When that preview arrives, we'll ask for your feedback to help us take each elite specialization through the polish phase and into launch. All players with a Guild Wars 2 account in good standing may participate in the preview. We'll be back... Sorry, just a sec. My brain just...
It's okay.
We'll be back next week to kick off a series of blogs and live streams to talk about elite... Wait, where did it go down?
Okay.
Do I have to reread stuff?
Let's ask the stream. Stream, where did this go? I'm gonna have to edit this later. No, I have to put it into editing software. No.
Editing.
Stream, where did we get to? We're back. Hopefully, let us know. Did we get through the reading of the things? Did Oscot get through the reading, or did we beginning? Where did we get to?
Which beginning?
They were starting to talk about the beta test, or we'd read it.
Okay.
I think so.
I'd say just probably reread from August. Yeah, just
maybe
from
reread
August 20th
from the August. Yeah. That sounds
okay. All right, so from August 20th to 27th, we're holding an in-game preview week for you to beta test all of the elite specializations. When that preview arrives, we'll ask for your feedback to help us take each elite specialization through the polish phase and into launch. All players with a Guild Wars 2 account in good standing may participate in the preview. We'll be back next week to kick off a series of blogs and live streams to talk about the elite specializations in great detail. Stay tuned.
Okay, so you had thoughts about the week that you
Yeah.
Go for it.
They're always a mixed thing for me because like I think that it is great and I love that they do this feedback phase, but there is no way for them that they could possibly communicate enough for some very vocal players that this is all, this is beta, this is early, this is all subject to change, and people either get super attached to the beta form of their class or of their elite, or they get really angry and say, I'm never going to play this again, I'm deleting the whole game because this one is just trash. And it's like, this is early, this is beta, say what you don't like about it. But it can get really nasty.
I think sometimes
that is just the nature of the beast.
Yeah,
With any type of balance.
That's like, I'm more angry at the player base than at the concept of a beta.
Sure.
I was gonna say we hear the people who are angry because they're the loudest. I think there is a lot of very valuable feedback. Obviously, we all know there's a lot of valuable feedback that comes back to ArenaNet through the beta, and I think generally most people are pleased that they have the opportunity to give their feedback. But yeah, there's a very vocal group of folks who get a little spicy about it.
And I guess like as we try to say it, when we're facing a problem in our life here in my household, is it a solvable problem or is it a people problem?
That's very true.
So I'm just like putting this out to anybody who's listening. Remember when you preview this, when you participate in this beta, if you choose to. It's a beta. Give feedback. Yeah. It's great. But don't pin your hopes and dreams on what it looks like in the beta.
Respectful.
And also,
feedback.
You can choose what your experience is here. Like if you don't want to play test something that isn't final, you don't have to play the beta. If you want it to be special and finalized, wait until launch to check out your new classes, because that will be the final look at them. But you're not forced to play the beta. So if that ruins your experience, then I would recommend just hanging tight until October. It's not that far away.
What I am excited for this beta in particular, because I do really enjoy giving feedback on the official forums, because I know they look there. They also look on the Reddit and various other places, but I think official forums are always like a good place. This time around, they are extending the preview to be a week long rather than just a few days. So we're going to have a lot more time to get our hands on each of these elite specializations. You could focus on one elite spec a day, which I think I might plan on doing, but yeah, I'm pretty excited to see how this beta feels now that it's longer and we can take it into more types of content as well.
Yeah, end of summer. Kind of, yeah. It's cool. Not that far away, actually. It's like a month away-ish. Just over a month.
Yeah, it's next month.
Yeah. So we're going to find out all of the elite specializations between now and then. Looks like we're going to have a lot of podcasts. Not terrible, though.
Hell yeah. Y'all remember to like, follow, and share this podcast. It really helps out.
Yeah, absolutely.
You want to come back for some more? I wouldn't blame you. I'd come back too. In fact, I have multiple times. So I'm still here.
Yeah, I was going to say, you've been here for a bit. Well, in 2 weekends, I won't be here, but we will be doing one next week, that's for sure.
I'll host it on my channel.
Sure.
Yay.
We'll do that. August.
Fun, actually.
When? Okay. What was I going to say? Damn it. I remember what I was gonna say
August
now.
20 to 27th. I think you were starting with the date.
1 month from today.
Yes, that's right. Sorry, that's where my brain was. Yeah. We know all the things. Be nice. Be kind. Do nice feedback. Be kind in your words. Have you can think what you want, but this
If
how
you think
things
something
get
is
changed.
trash, articulate why.
Yeah, rather than just saying the T word and saying it's trash and saying
Yeah.
it's bad, etc., etc. Give reasons. I don't like it. I mean, that's good. We can talk a little bit, or should we talk about the elite specializations now and the ones we were thinking about?
Probably. It's
This
the
seems like
most
the-
appropriate section, probably,
I
to
think so. I think that's probably a good
talk about,
idea.
elite specs. So yes, elite specializations are coming back with Visions of Eternity, and we have the names of 5 of them so far. We know 3 that are associated with the class, 2 which we just have the name and no class association.
That is right. There was a posts on the socials. I'm gonna go over here now. Okay, and they said, did you call it Mesmer Troubadour, Elementalist Evoker, and Thief Antiquary? Wow, I said it right first. That's the 10th time. Elite specs were revealed in the announcement. Visions of Eternity starting next week. Dive into 3 new elite specs. And there will be news on Wednesdays about these elite specs, and then live streams on the Fridays, which is very, very cool. And then, as Crew rightfully said, there is going to be the Gale Shot and the Luminary as well. So we can have a little bit of a conversation about that. Actually, there's a nice little tweet below that, which is pretty relevant. Anyway, okay, so what do we think about these 3 elite specs and who they're assigned to? So we've got, first of all, there's the Mesmer, and Mesmer is called the Troubadour, which we were like, it's gonna be a bard, or it's gonna be like a, whatever. What about the name for this? And also what we've kind of seen a little bit. Rip Bardian, yeah, I remember.
I'm very
sorry.
sad about this.
I know.
Sorry.
I know,
I
I'm
wanted to
sorry.
play music and have light magic spawn out,
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the name. Honestly, I wanted it to just be Bard, because I think there is a beautiful quality of maybe going in a more generalized fantasy direction that is acknowledgeable and understood by the greater RPG community. It's very marketing friendly to say that you're introducing a bard subclass to the game. Troubadour is maybe a little bit more specific in naming, and I mean, I guess also implies a sense of musicality, but I would have liked bard. I've warmed up to Troubadour though, now that it's been a few days.
I mean, it's bard in any other name. It's lyrical poetry, so it's just singing poet, which is kind of like just singing, right?
It's a specific type of it. They're bards. Their true nature are bards, but it's a specific time period and subject matter. Troubadour also has. Sorry, my music history degree is coming out here, but
I'm here for this.
It has a very like intricate weaving music style, so you'll hear a lot when you listen to Troubadour style like music. You'll hear a lot of different line work, and I thought that was like really interesting because I think Mesmer has a lot of different layers and intricacies, so I can kind of relate the two together there. But yeah, very unrequited love style of poetry, so very romantic.
Yes.
Ooh,
Very
we're
French.
gonna be rizzing up
Very
the
French.
allies.
Yeah. Very French, yes.
Yes. Yeah, I was looking at the. There we go. I would just say I looked up what a troubadour is. Troubadour is was a composer and performer of old. I don't even know how to say this. Old Occitan lyric poetry during the Middle Ages of 1100 to 1350, which is wild. And since the word troubadour is etymologically masculine, a female equivalent is called a trobaritz or something. Like there's actually like a masculine and a feminine version, which is kind of interesting. I was like, okay, all right, I guess. Kind kind of does make sense with the OR, I suppose, in terms of the masculine there, but it doesn't matter that much. But yeah, it's very specific, like Engel was thinking. I wonder about that specificity. Wow, I can't say
Specificity.
Wow.
My brain is also right there with you.
I can't do it.
But
I can't do it.
Engel, you bringing up more information about what troubadours are and seemingly like focusing on the complexity of that style. I really hope that this takes gameplay in a more complex direction, where maybe you have to like time things more properly and interweave them between different instruments. So that they might have gone in that direction because they looked at the gameplay as well, and they were like, what is maybe the most fitting in terms of what would describe this elite specialization? So
I'm going to be feeling like a one-man band.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you've got different things.
Multiple instruments.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And they're solid. They're not just things which just appear behind you. Like they do in one screenshot elsewhere. But you've got a literal flute, which is played by Mesmer, which we saw before, and then you've got like the pink kind of, you've got the notes and whatnot, but then we've got below in the blog post there's they're playing like a lute as well, so it's and
that lute is summoned behind them as a type of phantasmal thing, which does maybe lead me down the road of possibly kits. I think that would be so many skills, and if they were ever to do another Weaver type elite spec, it'd be cool if they did that for the Mesmer and just gave them a whole bunch of new tools to play around with. But you know, on a weapon you need a clone generator and you need a phantasm, but this also could just be the representation of like the profession mechanic, you know, it summons something as well as you play it.
That's gonna be wild if they have
I like it. I think it would be cool to have different kits and hopefully more instruments than just the lute and the flute, the fluty lute.
The lute.
You could have like a floating drum or like something for bass and stuff.
Just whip out a jazz piano,
literally
keyboard, just or a guitar. You know,
guitar. Yeah,
but that's
the elite kit is a triangle.
Oh my god, that would be flipping amazing.
That would be so funny.
There should be an ability
Didn't
which
they
says
put a grand piano into the game?
They did, yeah.
They did.
Could that be the elite specialization? I'm just asking for a friend.
Would be so fun.
Drop down a whole grand.
That would be kind of fun. It's magic. You can summon it and say.
Do we know if it's what type of build it is? Do we know whether it's support or damage or what?
No.
I don't think they've said anything.
No, they've not said anything about that yet.
Only thing they've said is that these specs are going to be more true to the flexibility of Guild Wars 2's current build craft and like balance direction. So I personally would love to see something that emphasizes support, but I think there will probably be a few ways to play these specs.
Interesting. Okay, let's go on to another one. Elementalist is going to be Evoker, which is a bit easier to
love the name.
What is it you love about the name?
It tastes good. Tastes good to say.
It evokes special feelings and groove.
Oh god.
Yeah. I think it the word evoker has like an ingrained sense of mysticism and magic, and what other class to give that to than elementalist? And especially because we do have a little footage of them summoning something, I think it's very fitting. A summoner would have been a little general, and also maybe would have been a good callback to Guild Wars 1 Utopia. But I do like the word of evoker and this fox flame spirit.
It is very pretty.
It's the tattoos on it. Is it Spirits of the Wild or something? Like, is that what? Is this like a call to that? Is it the tattoos on it? I wonder.
You know, I'd honestly love that if they brought in some. Yeah, I can see that. They've got the knotwork that they lean into, and some of the even Norn tattoos.
Yeah, I was reading. There was a post on the Reddit, I think, about that. the tattoos and like spirits of the wild on the backs and stuff, and I was like, oh yeah, there's this actual like there's the tattoos on the actual wolf. It's whatever the fuck it's called. What are the spirits of the wild? Like, I don't actually know what spirits of the wild are, I guess.
We could be like evoking minor spirits that don't really have, because we know there are minor spirits like rabbit or hare, I guess.
I mean, would they limit it to like elemental spirits only because of the nature of the elementalist? Do you think like this is some sort of fire spirit? I think you'd have to have some sort of bounding constraint. So it fits very well because we've always been able to summon elemental spirits temporarily and summon weapons. So I think that this is thematically like perfect for the elementalist. But yeah, I feel like they could really kind of dive into the lore, and we could get a lot of interesting like non-lore with this if we're having like spirits and elemental spirits combined. That would be really cool.
I agree with you, Fornax. I think that having so much summoning on the elementalist already kind of lends it to exploring that in a more elite spec way. And so I would like to see maybe something akin to more of a permanent pet that you can maybe build up in power as you fight. I know in terms of gameplay, people have been speculating something akin to Final Fantasy XIV's Scholar, and is their class called the Summoner in 14?
Yes.
I think so. Yes.
Yeah.
Where you summon these eggies and then you power them up. I don't really think we have something akin to that in Guild Wars 2, where you have a creature that you are constantly like yo-yoing in terms of power and knowing when to use certain abilities to bolster them. I think that could be really it wouldn't be as complex as say the Weaver for elementalists, but it would still be of an interesting mechanic to excite players who want something new.
Certainly visually dynamic, which is I think one of the main draws of the elementalist for many players. I know that my first character was an elementalist because of one of these skills that sent out a phoenix. So, yeah.
Oh, if they had a phoenix spirit summon, oh, that would have been cute.
Damn. Okay.
We got a fox. The fox is also cute.
There's evokers World of Warcraft.
That is true.
This is true.
They do the flights
Do
thing.
we think?
Sorry, I don't know. Evoke flights.
Do we think that each attunement is going to have a different animal, or do we think it's going to be just the fox and it changes just the type of attunement?
I kind of hope there will be a different animal because it just gives more visual flavor.
True.
But I can totally see it not having just being that little fox critter just changes elemental appearance, and that would be cute too.
I think I'd probably prefer different animals, if I'm honest.
It'd keep it more visually exciting, and there'd always be something changing.
Give a little bit of some silly role play where you can run around with your favorite one attuned.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, more animals would be better. I think, yeah, for sure.
It's also makes better for literacy as to like visual literacy for when you're actually playing them and playing against them as well.
True.
Yeah.
If it's just a change of color in the same animal, especially in something that's fast as like PvP, you're gonna struggle. You're gonna be So I would think that for the visual literacy, they would go for something different.
Give me an otter for water.
I would love that.
I'll play elementalist. I'll do it.
There you go.
I'll hug the ground and I'll do it.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. We're gonna jump on to the next one because I'm aware that we've got lots to do and I've got to go in like 50 minutes. So Antiquary for Thief. Antiquary,
this thing,
which we discussed a little bit.
I stared at this. I rewatched these like 5 frames over and over so many times, trying to figure out if that really was a script or not.
Yeah. His legs are so big though. Like Scritt's legs are so much. But like you said, I think it might be a perspective thing.
The toes match. That's not that I was like looking at feet on the internet, but the toes match.
Wow.
I promise I don't do that.
That's your
every
next
day,
curse
chat.
cosplay, to dress up as a script foot.
I could pull it off if
I know
anybody
you
was
could.
gonna do it.
Oh, of
yeah,
course, of course.
but-
It works. It works.
Jeez Louise.
So you really believe? So you believe this is a script, but what's the script doing, Engel?
That's the question. I mean, personally, I just think they're taking everybody else's loot. That's the best guess. The one thing that was confusing me though was the like rippling gray blob. Like, I don't know if you could slow mo through a couple of frames, but there's like a rippling something or another between the thief and the scrit, and I could not figure out what that is.
It could just be a dust cloud, but it warbles.
Yeah.
That's actually
So I'm
very
like,
true. Yeah.
Huh.
Oh, yeah, it is like a. I'll go slower than.
yeah, I just.
It's too specific, isn't it? Or maybe it just isn't.
It kind of just looked like rippling fabric or something. I don't know.
It's
Maybe
smoke.
it means nothing, but I go
It's-
down weird rabbit holes all the time.
It's
So
definitely smoke.
It moves like the animations they use for Void,
Oh yeah. Okay.
but it definitely also looks like smoke. So yeah.
Yeah, but
Back,
it's
what has everyone said? Please repeat the 2 minutes I've just
We
gone.
are red string mapping all about that cloud of smoke in between the scrit and the antiquary. That is all we've done since you left.
I pulled us into a rabbit hole. Sorry.
Oh, you're just wondering about the scale of it?
No, like there's that a little puff of like black or gray between the thief and the scrit that like ripples oddly, and couldn't figure out exactly what that is.
Oh, I see that now. You're
It's
right.
a bit more
You're
dense than just like standard dust being kind of flown up, I guess. Or maybe it's the beginning of the dust, which is a bit more.
That looks
I don't know.
solid.
Mhm.
Maybe it's a randomized boon generator. Maybe
What the
depending
script is?
on so depending on what it recovers in your vicinity depends on what boons you give. That I think World of Warcraft has a similar thing with like roll the bones for its rogue class, where you kind of you take a chance and it kind of it basically rolls dice, and what it brings up, you get a specific skill set. So there's an RNG kind of random number generator luck aspect to it, as to
That would be fun.
Yeah,
Because like currently the thief's F1 skill does steal an ability and it's based on what you're fighting. So you think this one would be location based instead?
Well, I'm just thinking that I was thinking how I would implement it. So I don't know whether I would. So I'm thinking that you throw down at the start, and whatever the script kind of digs up, whatever boon it throws at you, then you kind of plan from there how you're going to attack.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean.
I think that could be fun. Almost like in 14 with Astrologian, it's like a randomized pull, and then you have to approach combat that way. That could be really fun. Instead of steal, they get a search, and they like the scrit recovers an item. Maybe it's like a boon, or maybe it's an effect or some type of temporary weapon that they can utilize. I think that would be a really interesting idea, and kind of cool. I like the idea of a thief being like the head of like a ring of scrit, like treasure hunters, and they're just like, you work for me now, guys. Go and find me stuff, and like in the middle of combat.
That's what they are. Like they're dealers of antiques, and like they search for things. Like it's very like so interesting.
That's why Zomaros snagged them.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it could.
I don't know.
That's a good point.
Maybe we're just learning from Zomaros.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's as edgy as I expect for Thief, but I also think that's kind of why I'm interested in playing it, because this just seems like campy for the sake of camp, and it's so unexpected. I originally thought this was maybe for Engineer. I could have seen that as well, but put it on Thief, and maybe I'll play a little bit more Thief than I do right now, because it just might be such a drastic departure from what I'm used to.
Yeah.
How do you think? Oh, sorry.
No, go on. I was just agreeing.
The cards icon. How do you think that's
I
going to
know,
play
right?
into the tone
That's
of this?
the thing.
I think
Maybe-
Fornax is kind of getting into that with like the idea of luck, because I think
Mhm.
the poem also
Ah.
had like a sentiment of like luck of the draw or something,
Mm.
where it's gonna maybe be more RNG based,
Mm.
That will
or maybe it
certainly
has something
trigger
to
the
do.
bottom.
Yeah, maybe it's. We also don't know their utility skills. This might be a profession mechanic. It could be a utility type. So
Interesting. Wow, this is such an out of left field elite specialization. It's so random.
I honestly had been originally hoping that the cards were for the mesmer, and that we were going to have like a showman magician who did a
Yeah.
lot of sleight of hand style misleading abilities. So like this completely threw me off.
Absolutely.
and if there aren't a lot of actual card abilities, that means that Mesmer or Ellie or Guardian could get a card spec in the future. You know, divining
there we go.
tarot and whatnot.
Oh,
it leaves the
tarot
window-
would be great.
I love those types of classes. So I really hope this
Amazing.
one actually is it goes over well, because I would love for them to explore those elements in other professions.
Hmm.
Absolutely.
I hope so too.
To subverting expectations.
Mm-hmm.
Always, apparently.
Oh, yes. I'm going down to the next bit. Okay. But also we've got the names of the other two, which were, oh my god. Brain.
Gale Shot
Gale Shot
and Luminary.
That's right. So what do we think? I think the Gale Shot might be a little bit more obvious maybe than, well, actually I think both of them probably are quite might be quite obvious. What do we think? Gale Shot, who's going, where's that going to? And what does it mean, Gale Shot? Gale from Baldur's Gate 3 taking a shot.
Gale from the Hunger Games.
Just all of these different characters just pop up. It's like Thieves Guild, but Gales from different places. Very interesting.
Well, I'm thinking Ranger.
Yeah.
As the screenshots we have for Ranger seemed that they are utilizing and conjuring some type of wind bow. And just the name Gale Shot, we have an elite specialization icon that is a bow with like feathers, which, you know, symbolizes maybe air, the wind, and an arrow in that bow, which is the shot part. So if you break it down, it might be for Ranger. It might be for Ranger. I think Gale Shot's going to go to Ranger, and this one is on the higher end of my list in interest to see how they are going to approach the Gale Shot.
Yeah, there's a screenshot on the
I'm here
purchase
for
page there
all of the
that.
seagulls.
Yeah, there's a lot of seagulls in that screenshot. That's for sure. Absolutely.
I'm just looking forward to like showcases of this ranger's ability with the seagulls and the bad lip reading Yoda song. The seagulls keep.
Oh
pecking
my
my head.
gosh.
Oh yeah.
As
Seagull,
the,
stop it now.
Showcase. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But that so that looks more like it's not a solid, so if it's a ranger, which is probably more than likely because of the colors, like with the green and the kind of yellowy, like a yellow, and that is, it looks like they've released the string of a bow, but then there isn't a physical item there isn't a physical weapon there. It is more energy. So I'm wondering about
legitimately
that.
hadn't noticed that.
Yeah.
There is a shot where they do have the bow equipped in its corporeal air form. This might just be an animation bug, or it could be them summoning it,
I don't know
and they
if
just
they're
use
going
a
to show an
different
animation bug as one of their screenshots for sending the expansion.
That's why I think it might be it being summoned, or they're leaving the mode, or there's something more. Also, because it is it seems to be more of raw magic, utilizing the nature of air to summon something. So they might have some abilities that don't necessarily. It can transform into something else, maybe.
Interesting.
I like the ranger, but I never really felt like we got to utilize the bow as like a deadly weapon, like a proper archer. I always like wish that we had that kind of Legolas moment. And maybe this will be it. Maybe this will be the one to have that kind of big bow action that we've been looking for.
Yeah.
I'm excited specifically for that reason, because I like the longbow, but I think some of its skills are a little bleh. Like rapid fire is probably the best skill on that kit. But I do want to live that very maybe fast-paced, evasive, agile archer that can really lock down and take down enemies.
Any excuse to use kudzu as well. That's for me. That's one of my favorite legendary weapons. So.
And also, there are some theories where this is perhaps a mode that you go into, maybe like a shroud, and it might have an energy source. I mean, Druid has that. There's also been an idea that it might be something akin to the Blade Sworn, where this is a second weapon that might take away your weapon swap. So you have one weapon kit, and you always have this available to pop into at any time. I don't know what option people would like, but
and saying
the fact that you're always going to have, and the fact that you're always going to have this, so you're probably always going to have access to range as a ranger, no matter the weapons you take.
That's cool. Damn. Okay. All right. Yeah, forgetting about like all the other previous stuff that they've got that has also come out in previous to these specializations I play into this. Very cool. Okay. So what's the luminary then? Where's that going for? What's that class going for?
I mean, so luminary is a person who inspires or influences other people. The closest thing to a luminary that I would say in the Guild Wars universe is the Sunspear, the Paragons. So
I have heard this as well.
Yeah. So it's
like
kind of like a support class. Like you stand at the back, you throw spears, and you shout a lot to inspire your allies, which was basically what the Paragon was. And a lot of people loved that, and they loved the aesthetic of the Paragon and the wings and everything. And yeah.
Also kind of what Shout Warrior wanted to be. Like this inspiring, bellowing out inspiration across the battlefield.
Is it Warrior then, or is it someone else?
I mean, I suspect it's Guardian, but it would be cool if it were Warrior.
I don't have any reason why I think it's Guardian, but I'm in that boat as well. Just leaning that way.
I would want it to be Guardian for lore reasons. I just wouldn't understand why they would have concept art of a Paragon and also build an elite spec as a Paragon and then not call it Paragon. I think that would be very strange. And it would be, I don't know if it would just feel like they're trying to switch it up, but why? Like, or lean into it, really like champion what the Paragon is. Especially because we know they're probably not going to do a new class, especially because they are giving these to elite specializations and are so strongly leaning into their themes. So I would hope it's Guardian, just from a naming convention and like existing lore.
And Guardians could totally, as like their flavor, they would actually do a good inspiring buffing like tone on the battlefield.
Yeah.
They also have that picture that's going around that looks totally Guardian colored, even though all the shape language says Revenant. The colors say Guardian, and they've got that floating spirit lantern.
Yeah, where is that? I'm trying to find it.
It was in. Was it a
on
blog or was it
IGN.
another? Yeah, it was one of the other.
No, it's on the blog post. It's on What's Next. From Wilds to What's Next, and it's in the warrior colors. And it's
You're talking about the
wearing
concept
sunspear.
art.
Yeah, it's wearing a sunspear.
Oh, we're talking about.
This is a
I
video.
found it, Jebro.
This is a video.
There's another
screenshot.
concept art, or not concept art. There's another in-game shot of I'll put it in our Discord.
Sure. Put it
The
beneath
Guardian.
the Labubu, yeah. Oh,
Yes.
that. Yeah. There it is. There it is.
And the floating lantern is why I think it's being called luminary, which is kind of a twist on the actual. It's not the actual meaning of luminary, but I think I get it.
Illuminate, luminary. Yeah, that makes sense. Absolutely. Oh, so right. Okay, so lighting. Oh, damn it! Why is it not coming up? Silly thing. Save image. Downloads. Yes, it's already there. Okay, fine. Bloody show up, you freaking thing. Sorry, everyone. Ignore me for a second. There we go. Bring it up.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Yes. So what does a lantern do? It lights things up.
It brings light.
It does. It does.
But you see how like all the shape language makes me think Revenant, but the colors are all Guardian.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's gotta be. It's gotta be Guardian. It's gotta be Guardian. Also,
This is definitely Guardian.
It's a great sword as well. Remember.
Revenants can use
Love
greatsword.
that
Yeah, but
for
like
my great
it's-
sword collection.
Wait.
Yeah.
Revenants?
Yeah, Revenants can use greatswords.
Engineer.
Do they?
Could it?
Yeah.
Why is my
and
brain
Dragon
farting on
Age,
this?
They
Wow.
got greatswords and End of Dragons.
Oh my god. Jesus Christ. What's my brain doing? Okay.
Anywho,
My brain is not
yeah, no,
working
this
today.
lantern. This lantern is very.
I think it's a
I
Guardian
just
because it's blue. That's it.
Oh, yeah, no, I think
I'm
it's a
going back to
Guardian,
that.
but in
Forget
terms-
the Guardian. Forget the Greatsword comment.
Talking about like the shape language and what it evokes, it does look a bit more dangerous, but the description for the Guardian icon in its poem, which I'm guessing is the Guardian,
Mm.
is talking about like a lot of defensive elements of light and defending your allies and creating structures and defenses. So maybe this is going to be some type of magical focus where it's summoning elements and stuff like that.
I have no
Also
idea.
looks like spirit-y, like you've got souls trapped in it almost.
Mm. Yeah, it does.
Because it's got like that same color palette as all the Ascalonian ghosts.
Yeah. Wouldn't that be cool if it was like, yeah, they released spirit, like a spirit, like a pet, like like a necro.
Is it another summon?
Well, ish, maybe, but I like the idea of that. Like it was like if like flesh, like golems, but they're ghosts instead. They're like there's how you've got spirit weapons and stuff, but they're actual like spirits
Like a
for
ritualist.
ranger. Maybe.
Like old Guild Wars 2, a Guild Wars 1 ritualist.
Maybe.
They literally summoned spirits that would chain to the ground,
Mm.
and you could block bosses in with them. They're very handy. Just
Interesting. Oh wow. Okay, that's interesting. My brain is like enjoying this a lot. Okay. All right. Faux fire magic. Oh, red speculation that lantern is char tech that uses faux fire magic. Yeah, I mean that would also, yeah, absolutely. Cool. Okay, looking forward to this. Damn. All right. I feel like a lot of this isn't going the way we expected it to. Specifically with these classes, I'm just like, oh my god, this is gonna be so sick.
I appreciate that I was thrown completely off by everything revealed so far.
Yeah, absolutely.
100%.
Like even with the bard thing, like just calling it troubadour, like just completely different name that no one at all really said would even be a fucking name for it. Like troubadour, bard, no, like all these other names. A minstrel, no, troubadour. All right, fair play, reading that. That's cool. Mm-hmm.
And that one, I really do hope that they lean into that complexity that the name implies.
Yeah. Like how specific is it? How is it? Yeah. Okay.
And I hope that Mutlock makes a one-button build for it, or I won't be playing.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, and I if it does get too complex, I'll thoroughly enjoy watching other people play it.
Oh, I'm gonna play it. I don't care. I like, yeah, that has to be done. We're gonna
I'll play it badly open world.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter if you're an open world, you can just do what you want. Okay. Angle, I think you wanted to read next, but you can read Skimmer Mastery and then Raids and Combat. So you can read Skimmer and then we'll talk about it, and then you can read Raids and Combat because it's only short, and I'm not sure.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Okay, we'll talk about Skimmer Mastery. In Guild Wars 2 Visions of Eternity, the Skimmer mount will be featured with new and updated mechanics. Hover, dive, and soar faster than ever before as you explore the dangerous and beautiful environments of Castora.
Yay, a Skimmer Mastery.
Sounds like we be zooming with that.
We be zooming.
We be zooming. Skimmer zooming.
Faster as well.
That actually, I was talking to I was hanging out with some of my guildies last night, and they were literally talking about how the skimmer moves so slowly and clunkily, and that is their biggest complaint with it.
It is for the scenic route only. Yeah, if you're taking like a tour and you want to enjoy the scenery, that's the mount. But if you want to do anything else,
underwater.
They also haven't unlocked the underwater mount.
True.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, the underwater part is pretty damn good. But you don't really get to use it that much underwater unless you're like, doing specific things.
Do you think they will get more water content, because they're focusing on the skimmer?
I hope so, because we're also getting the legendary underwater breather. We're getting an island with potentially a lot of waterscape.
I mean,
how do we feel about that?
How do you feel about not having underwater stuff?
Well, because a lot of people find that kind of the 4-dimensional gameplay quite complex, because you've got the up and down element as well when you're trying to execute your combat, and some games have gotten around it by having like basically sinking people to the ocean floor or having very specific mechanics. But I hope that they always leaning into it for the kind of story and exploration aspect, which I think is just as important. You know, we could have these new improved mounts, huge amount of like aquatic exploration, because it says in the trailer like under the island there's something up. It doesn't mean it could be under the island as in under the ocean, where this power is that we get to explore narratively. So fingers crossed.
I think it would be interesting to see it as one of the things that are getting reworked with this expansion. Like perhaps underwater combat might look a little bit different, or with the skimmer as well, being able to go underwater and then also possibly having combat skill. I think would be fun to see, since it is kind of somewhat of a sore point. Hopefully it'll improve in some way here.
I think it will be.
I can't tell you how.
I think if we have underwater stuff, I think it'll be a good way to move from maybe from an island to an island, or from using underwater areas to get into a cave or a chasm underneath inside land. You know, using it as more of like a throughway rather than an actual like combat. Like you're going to be in open spaces, and it gets you to places where you fight underwater and stuff specifically. So I don't know. Underwater combat in Guild Wars 2.
What is the like simplest overhaul you would do to make underwater combat more interesting?
Oscot, that question may not be for this podcast.
True.
Might be a longer
this is one of the things that we got off on a tangent last night, and I was thinking just like a dedicated underwater build. That when you go underwater, it swaps to this build.
That could be interesting.
Yeah, because there's a lot that they could do to make underwater combat work so much better than it does, and I really want to see it, and I'm hoping they take this chance to do that.
The underwater expansion where there are elite specs which are just underwater.
That could be interesting, but I think that wouldn't be applicable enough across the entire world.
Right. I think people would be sad, mostly.
If I could just
low sales.
I know what you mean, though.
I think I have never looked at underwater combat and thought, what can we improve with this? It's always just been like it's as good as it's gonna get, really. Maybe they could add more tools for movement underwater, but other than that, it's like, I think they kind of perfected what underwater combat could be for an MMO.
Yeah, no one else does it really. Everyone else just stands in the water, does the exact same ability, and then is treading water again. Like in World of Warcraft, right? Like, or you know.
I mean, I think there are pros and cons to their approach, because there is a very limited number of weapons that you can only use underwater weapons underwater. A lot of MMOs just let you use whatever the hell that you're holding in your hand, and I think that's where it's fallen down a bit in player imagination, because it's so restricted and so restrictive.
Sure.
So if they wanted to really open up aquatic combat, they'd have to kick down the door of that lock and let people use their skills underwater, and that would be I would imagine a mechanical nightmare. But
true.
Considering that gravity doesn't work the same underwater, right? So
very true.
With the sparks, yeah.
I'm gonna push us onto raids in combat, because I definitely need to go faster. My time is it's okay. It's okay. It's a good subject to have a podcast on, for sure, because it brings up good points. You know, like, what are we going to be doing? You know, since it's like an island we've not been to, a skimmer, there's water themed things. There's a big crab boss coming up in the next bit, which Engel's going to be reading in a moment. You know, there's a lot of water everywhere, and it makes sense to have that in mind.
Everything's wet,
for sure. Sure, that's exactly it. So, Engel, do you want to read? Go ahead, my friend. Raids and combat.
You betcha. Raids and combat, everybody. In 2026, raids and strikes will be unified under the same structure, improving access for new players and streamlining rewards. We're also investing in systems that help facilitate group content, which we'll talk about more in the future. 2 new raid encounters, including challenge modes and a legendary mode, will be added in the major updates to Guild Wars 2 Visions of Eternity next year. In addition, a new Convergence and Fractal with challenge mode will also release in the final expansion update next year, giving players lots of obstacles to tackle and overcome.
Yay.
I'm very excited about this section.
Mm-hmm.
It's Crab Boy.
Do you want to tell us why you're excited?
Maybe his name is Wheat.
I don't.
No,
I don't think so. Maybe.
I think it's really great to see raids and strikes ending up in the same system. Hopefully same UI, and will maybe bridge the gap from strikes into raids for some people who might be intimidated by the larger structure of raids, but it also hopefully giving the similar rewards that raids can give you through strikes.
So
for those that don't want to do them.
So the way they word this, Engel, is that they say unified under the same structure, improving access for players and streamlining rewards. I have my own ideas of what that means. And they are investing in systems that will help facilitate group content. Okay, so whether or not that's group forming or whatnot. Well, how is it? Because a strike is a one thing. One creature, one boss, one entity or whatever, and then you have raids where there's 3, 4, 5, whatever. What do you think they're going to be doing to unify that into one system? Because it's still 2 different types of content, and like, what do you think? Does that make sense, the question?
I mean, I have a couple of ways that I'm imagining this. Like, one of them is something, I know we have like the aerodrome in LA, but maybe some type of almost like fractal portal where you can kind of select which content you want to go into, whether it's the raid or the strike. And I feel kind of like with fractals, we have the difficulty level increasing gradually over time, where I think you could set it up in a way where you have like strikes that are easier and built for new players and strikes that are harder and, you know, CMs. And then you go into raids maybe, or like you've done these strikes. They're similar to fights in Wing 1, like come in here. But for those that don't want to do a longer encounter like a raid, you're still in the same reward system by doing the strikes. Maybe you have to do more strikes to get similar rewards to doing one raid. But that's kind of how I'm seeing it, is they're maybe hopefully bridging the gap into people who frequently do strikes to being more comfortable in a raid setting.
Do you think it's possible? Sorry,
Go on, Phonics.
No, you go.
I was going to say, do you think it's possible that they're going to give players the ability to kind of portal into individual bosses in a raid encounter?
That's exactly what I think. That's exactly
that
what
could be fun. That could be fun.
I think that's what they'll do.
I think it would be cool to have, at least for like some of the older raids, because we've all experienced them for quite some time. I do kind of also appreciate when like a new raid wing releases that you have to go through all of the bosses like individually, so you can't just like immediately skip to the final boss. And like, I don't know, they're usually, in my mind, the final bosses are a little more special. But for older raids, I think that would be totally fine. They've been in this game for so long that, you know, giving them the ability to jump around would be actually kind of, you know, helpful, I think. But I agree with Angle as well. I think they're going to perhaps utilize the aerodrome as a place where everyone can kind of be to partake in various forms of PvE content, be it raids, be it dungeons, be it fractals. I think having one place for everyone to meet up and form up parties and talk and try builds and buy equipment, I think that'd be a fantastic idea. Interestingly, I think they're actually maybe getting rid of the name strikes as well. I think they're just talking about them, and everything is going to be known as a raid. That was a strike mission or a raid wing. And that also might be some type of subconscious approach, so that you are already priming players into being like, yeah, I'm a raider. Oh, I'm raiding. I'm not like, oh, I only do strike missions because I can't do a raid. It might alleviate a little bit of that, especially they're like, oh, I've already done these raid encounters. Now I can progress to maybe the more challenging ones. I also say that because in this post, they say 2 new raid encounters. I don't, and people have talked about this and I somewhat agree. I think that these raid encounters are going to be single boss encounters. And if they were going to keep the strike mission name, they would have just probably called them strike missions.
Or they would have just said one raid.
Or yeah, just one raid, raid wing. I guess they're leaving it ambiguous. It also leaves it allows them to maybe get a little bit more flexible. Maybe we have a raid that is 2 bosses and not just 1 or 3 and plus. So we still could get like, you know, a variety of boss encounters and numbers of encounters.
14 does something similar to this, doesn't it? Oh, it's good. Sorry. 14 has single raid bosses. They have multi-raid bosses. They have the Castellarium where you lose the will to live, although they have changed that a bit. So they with non-skippable cutscenes that last forever, which is just.
God, I know exactly.
I'm glad that they've changed it, but I think the most important thing is that they're trying to cater to the end game raiding player who thinks that absolutely that if it's a real MMO, it has to have a raid at the end of it, and that's the end game, because they don't get that basically all the content is the end game for Guild Wars 2, because it's all just like advancing your character, its abilities and skills. They've got the number level up, number must go up kind of still mentality. And I don't, as much as there's like pros and cons to it, I don't think that Guild Wars 2 is going to be able to kind of shift that paradigm, unfortunately, in the MMO space.
Yeah, they can't. Because there's no power you gain from, there's no like specific weapon power drop. Like, you know, it's not like, oh, this is best in slot for a warrior to get this, you know, crab claw drop from this boss, and that's best in slot. So yeah, we've got people going for it for that same reason. So yeah, it is, and I think that's good. That is good for Guild Wars too, for what it is. I think, you know, they giving rewards like very unique things like a chair or like a infusion or whatever is, you know, I think that's good. And it's the achievement for it. I think with that though, it makes it like, what is the point of going for it over and over again, other than to farm like skins, etc., etc.? That's the reason. Off actual fun, you know. Sorry, playing a video game with your friends. You know, I mean, there is the whole like world first and all that kind of stuff as well, I guess. But there's, you know, not as if there's many people going for it. But I think for the general player, it's still like a good system. I think if they didn't just make you go into one instance, like for like each boss and specifically, I think if they did a thing where they did like, this is Living World Season 2 raid with like all of the strikes from that or whatever, you know, like having that kind of system as well can be fun. Like where there's just a portal from one boss to the other. I don't know. But either way, I think, you know, there looks like, from the way they're talking about it, this part is the thing which most excites me, like the investing in systems that help facilitate group content, which we'll talk about more in the future. I think is the big key highlight point for me more than anything, because I'm not really playing raids as much. I play the raids for the legendary armor and stuff. Otherwise, like personally, I don't really care too much about them. But I think if there was a better system to get people together, I would be more interested in them. And that is what I'm most excited about. So whether or not that's an LFG, like we've talked about in the past, which is more of an automated system, whether or not it's just something that's not what we currently have.
I think this will be really awesome as well for new and returning players who are like, okay, well, what's a strike? What's a fractal? What's a raid? What's a, you know, dragon response mission? What's a dungeon? There's a lot of instance content, and I think that gets overwhelming. And to consolidate a few of them, and maybe they'll pull in some more of that content into this system that they're going to start with, will be really healthy for that type of player coming back.
For sure.
Yeah, having a type of place where people can just quickly and easily understand gameplay mechanics and gameplay opportunities without having to search for wikis, I think will maybe set players on a better path, especially even while leveling, so that they can be like, oh, this game actually has a plethora of different dungeons and instance content that I can look forward to.
Absolutely.
I also think they've still
LFG.
missed a trick with how they advertise their raids, because there is no progression system. You cannot have a situation where it's all the gear and no idea. It's always challenging to go into the raids. The elite specializations can tamper that down. Player experience can tamper that down. But if you're a guild looking for a new game to play and you want to have challenging raid content, then Guild Wars 2 is fantastic, because it's always challenging because the gear is capped. I like F1, I like Formula 1, and I always compare it to Formula 1 to Formula 2. Formula 2, all the cars are the same, so it's all about the player's skill, rather than the kind of wow, endless loot treadmill. So if you care about skill and you care about like working in a team on always challenging content, Guild Wars 2 is kind of the thing. The bag.
Nice. Very, very well put. I've put up what I think might be the other raid boss encounter. I'm maybe others probably think that as well. I don't know if this is just a fluke that this is the image, but like, you know, they have deadly encounters and then they have this literal image of this epic creature on our screen, whatever the hell that thing is. Looks like a mixture between many different things. Yeah.
I think this one is definitely a strike mission, or a raid boss, I should say.
Looks like it. Too unique to not be, right? And
I don't know if
Ritlock
that crab one
well.
is. I'm not so confident that the crab one is going to be a raid.
Because it's where it is in the blog post. I would probably say it is. And it seems to be features pretty heavily in both trailers as well.
It kind of looks
it be-
like
it's literally-
open world boss more than anything to me.
I mean,
yeah, I got World Boss.
I mean, it's
what I was
literally in the in the section.
That's true.
It's literally in the section. I don't think it would be
New strike, maybe.
Yeah, I think it's definitely a rape encounter.
Maybe. Which is a little unfortunate if they show us both encounters. But like, save one, you know.
And creatures. I mean, whether or not, and I guess the encounters have also been big bosses.
Well,
or people
the
and
section is
creatures.
raids and combat. This
Maybe.
might be just general combat.
So you're hoping that this isn't it, is what you're saying?
I think this would be a good world boss. It seems very open.
I enjoy a good like kaiju world boss thing.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe
Maybe.
it's
Could
like
be-
just a veteran on the map.
It could be involved in the fractal as well. They mentioned the new fractal in that
that's
section.
true. That is true.
Maybe.
That is
They
very
don't
true.
usually show it this early on, but I guess that could be. Or Convergence.
Mm,
I don't know.
mm.
Maybe.
Well, let's continue on. I'll read the next few bits. So it's just legendary treasures. Over the course of the expansion and its subsequent content updates, players can pursue 6 new legendary items. 6. This is a little bit of a bump up from the last expansions. And 3 of them are going to be new weapons. There's going to be a new ring, an accessory, and the long requested Aqua Breather. Yay! Cool. Good.
I'm excited to see what
Why
it
not?
looks like because they've been having some real fun designs in their new legendaries.
Very true. An Aqua Breather as well, being you can probably it definitely won't be just a mask over your mouth and nose. So interesting
bubble
to
over
see
your
what that
head.
will be. Yeah, I mean, whatever that will be. I mean, the thing is with like a legendary, I guess with the legendary armor, with the first legendary armor, when you equip your weapon specifically, you're going to be in combat, like something changes. So that could be interesting to see if that's something they do, or if it's just a permanent effect when you go into water. Like changing from land to water is going to be interesting. That would be cool. I wonder if it
It's
just
gonna have
gives
to
you
be
a whole
super
set.
epic though. Holy shit balls.
Right? Like, because Aqua Breathers, like, we don't necessarily go underwater all the time for things. So this is, and then this is like, okay, so are we going underwater more for this? You know, is that the reason why? Is because it's a
It could be for the completionist about that. For people
yeah.
who just
I think
want
this is.
every
That alone,
slot.
honestly.
I agree.
Yeah.
I think so. I'm not really that hyped about a legendary Aqua Breather, if I'm honest. I'm not gonna go for this. Like, if anything, I was gonna go for like legendary wise. Yeah, Aqua Breather. I mean, it's gonna have to have a pretty epic legendary, obviously, look for it for me to want to go for this. But I think it's a cool thing for people that want it. I'm glad that I think that them also having other weapons, rings, and accessories is really good to be alongside this. If it was just the Aqua Breather, I'd be like, oh, that's a decision. That's a choice. Yeah. That'd be cool.
I'm curious what weapons we're getting. Is it going to be like a new legendary for each of the underwater weapons, or is it?
Oh, no.
because-
That's
Honest
kind of where my
gosh.
head was at.
No.
Same.
Since they're only doing
No.
3.
I didn't think about that.
Oh,
No,
no.
here is also terrestrial, so you get one above
True.
water.
Oh, dear. Oh, no.
Yeah, because I was thinking at one point, like, how would you bring the rest of the underwater weapons into the main arsenal as land weapons? But the harpoon gun is just a rifle underwater, and
True.
the trident is. How do you differentiate that from the spear or the staff?
Yeah.
So, like,
Oh, no.
one brief tangent is I would love them to make all of the rifle skins and harpoon gun skins just applicable across both.
Yeah, that would be cool.
That would be nice.
Interesting. Yeah.
Use my
I mean,
legendary.
could they be bringing in a new weapon, like a double-headed axe or something like that? Like a.
I mean,
I
maybe
would
in the
love to
future.
see.
That would be cool.
Yeah, maybe if they don't do elite specs next expansion, they introduce some type of completely new weapon.
That would be cool.
I'm a little bit sad now.
But I think elite specs are gonna just. I think people. I think the currency, the coin will come correct, and they will realize how successful even just marketing elite specs in their expansions are. Because I have a feeling that this is going to be very successful in sales compared to maybe the last 2 expansions.
Yeah, I mean, elite specs are a big seller. Yeah, that's true. Okay.
I mean, if you think about people who only play World v World or PvP, if there isn't an elite spec, there isn't really a huge amount of incentive for them to fork out for a new expansion.
That's true. That's true. I mean, I think that's why the weapons were always like there was either that or this. But that, you know, now we know why they're focused more on weapons for a while, because their intention was to have elite specs be more of a not tied to a weapon thing, and like, you know, it's more of like the, you know, utility of it more than anything else, which is, I think, pretty good move actually. It's cool. Okay, I'm gonna go on to homesteads and other reward stuff, if that sounds good. It's not a huge amount of stuff there. So I think pretty obviously we thought we were gonna get a new homestead. But you have to own Gemfia Wilds as to have the homestead in the first place. Is what it's kind of, I'm assuming, is that what that's saying. You'll also be able to see.
A little strange.
I think it is as well. Agree. Yeah, I think that is weird. Go on, Chris.
Yeah.
That's all I wanted to say.
Okay. All right.
But also, it might encourage people to get Gemfia Wilds.
Right. I mean, I think it's a tech thing, right? So if you have Gemfia Wilds, it enables something, but they couldn't really, could they not have? Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. I mean,
I don't understand.
I don't know if anyone would, because Guild Wars 2 is pretty linear story-wise, right? Like, I mean, it'd be weird not to have Gemfia Wilds and then play Visions of Eternity. Like, I don't know how that would, because they are still kind of tied, because there's just a main NPC character who's like always with us, and there's so much of like this tech from the wizards that we use and stuff, and I'm like, you can't really play these expansions independently. These 3 expansions.
But you'd be missing a lot of important context.
Yeah, I think so. Like, you would be, it would just be odd.
Yeah. That was one of my main critiques, because when they talked about these shorter expansions, they kind of intimated that they were going to be like standalone, right? That you can pick up this and play it, and it's not like there isn't a continuity that you have to be worrying about. But they've kind of like hammered that paradigm flat, thrown it into the trash, because you just can't play them individually unless you enjoy being completely confused. We're back to season 1 again and not knowing why we're with the people that we're with. So, you know, it's
the older expansions you could play
choice.
individually. There isn't as much that ties you, you know, if you go Path of Fire, for example.
Unless you want to know why you're with your companions.
Fair. True.
I actually think this expansion is going to be the most standalone out of the last 2. I think this one in particular, because it's like they've already set up the wizard, so they probably aren't going to have the whole turn. It's just going to be like you're going on a mission, and I think this one will feel good if you play it by itself.
Do you think that like the last 2 might have been the setup to their episodic approach?
Perhaps, yeah, because they set up the alliance, and in that expansion they talked a lot about various conflicts that they could go down and explore. So this might be the first try of some type of episodic story that maybe culminates to a larger villain that they're maybe planning. I still would like to see some type of greater threat that is a bit of a through line, and it's like each little bit of each expansion was kind of hinting at them.
That's what I think we're doing, but who knows.
Also, a very good point in chat was made by Impossible, who said homesteads are tied to the Gemfia Wild Masteries. Which is very true.
Makes
It's
sense.
very true. So it does make sense from a technical point of view. That, I mean, it doesn't necessarily mean you have to have access to that, but like, you know, it'd be nice to see some of these masteries kind of, if they're more general, be more put into the core game. I know that it's not it would be weird because it's like, okay, homesteads aren't part of the core game. But I actually would like homesteads to be shifted to the core game, in all honesty, because I actually think that it would entice people to go into the maps to get all of the different things they can get. I think homestead should be a core game mechanic, like feature which should be accessible by everyone, in my opinion.
I agree to an extent. Maybe in a couple expansions down the line.
Yeah. Further down the line. But I think they're a really good. Yeah, like if there was an expansion for like, or there should be an expansion which is just core game, which is what we've been talking about, you know, or closer to, so you can have a homestead that's closer, so you can just have a homestead that is
a Dominion of Winds.
Oh my god, truth. Please give it
Tango
to me.
expansion 7.
Yeah,
Come on, guys.
maybe. Okay, you'll also be able to save your decoration layout, which this is a huge thing, and freely swap between Jamfir and Castoran maps with the new layouts feature. We'll share more information about the new homestead and layouts coming in the next few months. Awesome. Like saving your layout, like if you've got like
I'm very excited.
Yeah, like I've still got my Christmas theme up in my homestead. If I could save that, like, and just insert summer theme, insert beach theme, insert like
I would love
autumn
that.
theme, like, yeah, let's go.
My guild did a little like trick-or-treating decoration competition, and if I had been able to save what I did, that would have been so cool.
Mm-hmm.
I
Can I
think
just
for like,
shout out the vault? Oh, sorry. Go.
I was just going to say the racetrack builders are going to love it, because it's not just building one racetrack and then you destroy it forever. You can keep different racetracks and maybe possibly host different races. I think it's going to be really fun.
I was going to say, I want to call out the VOD because we talked about exactly this, having build templates for the homestead and being able to load things so that people were less terrified of picking up all of their decorations and like having to start over. We talked about this. So I don't know. I mean, they probably have been thinking about this since its inception, but we did talk about this immediately as soon as we knew homesteads were a thing. We talked about this on the VOD. So well done, guys.
That's great remembering, because I can't remember that far back, even if it was last week. Sorry. Wow. Yeah, cool. Wicked. Lovely. We love it. We love a new feature. Well, it's not a new feature. It's a feature. I mean, I guess it is.
Refined feature.
Refined. Yes, I like that. Other awards: Wizards Vault. God damn it!
No.
They're taking it back. No, this is one of the best systems they put in the game. The Wizards Vault will continue to offer new seasonal rewards for players to earn as they play through the expansion. New relics will bring players more options for their builds. Nice. And of course, also, you will be able to earn new armor, weapons, recipes, emotes, and more through the Wizards Vault. You can pre-purchase now, get all the fun stuff, which is like actually pretty good. Like the hat, like the thingamajig hat, the Commodore's hat. The weapon skins are cool. I like those. We saw a couple of those in the expansion reveal trailer. And there is the gathering tools and whatnot as well. And you can see all of that. But then, Fornax is probably the most happy, I would say, out of all of us, even though we're all very, very happy because they actually do content on this. There is a part which says fashion forward. And I'll read this very quickly. Fashion forward, we have one final feature that will launch in one of the major updates to Guild Wars 2 Visions of Eternity next year and will be available to all players regardless of expansion ownership. Fashion templates. They will function similarly to build and equipment templates, allowing players to save a template for the aesthetic features for their armor, back item, outfits, and dyes. We'll share more information in the future about fashion templates and all the other features coming with Guild Wars 2 Visions of Eternity. You can read more about doing the things. It'll be busy summer as we prepare to set sail for Castor. Stay tuned for more things. Fornax, are you excited for the fashion forward thing, for the fashion templates?
I am. I love the fashion wars in Guild Wars 2. I think that they've limited it with how it's implemented, and I hope that this is kind of leaning towards a bit of freeing up of free the fashion wars, and I hope that that's more in the direction that they'll be going, and giving people more freedom of expression, because if you let them build it, then lots of free content will arrive on the internet of people doing fashion wars more.
If you build it, then
especially for people who, well, exactly. I mean, build a jacuzzi. Especially for people who don't play things like World v World and PvP, who don't have a glut of transmutation charges, and because they've locked them into the gem store. I would like to nuke that system from orbit and get rid of it, and just have it as like, it costs 2 silver or a couple of silver to change your outfit, so that it just frees it up for everybody. Because there's World v World players. Well, yeah, because there's World v World players who have got bajillions of them, and PvE players who are scraping around to try and get them. It's not a well implemented, evenly implemented system. I think they need to change it.
They put it in like as a dungeon reward when they're unifying all the PvE.
I mean, they should put them in the rewards for PvE more. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I get.
But I also
never
agree,
like that much. Sorry, go on, Crew.
No, I agree with Fornax and the sentiment of like more like fashion is such an important part of this game, and so the template is an amazing step in a direction where people can just have so much more freedom. But I'm excited to see if they ever tried to go down the path of like decoupling armor weights for fashions, but who knows?
I think like my priority would be breaking up outfits into armor skins and selling them as fashion templates.
Oh, that'd be interesting.
I mean, there is a hint of that.
Yeah, so there is a frame in the trailer that shows a character that may, now I'm going to preface this may simply be an NPC with a custom look, but it is a character with an outfit and a hat that doesn't match the outfit. My dream is to see them replace the outfits tab in the hero panel with templates and put all of the outfit pieces into the armory. Or the wardrobe.
I don't know if they're going to separate the outfit pieces.
I don't know that it's gonna happen. But if it's templates even, and they just keep the outfits in the templates.
I think what they're going to do is, which is I think what, I'm not sure if there is another game that does this, but basically is that you can wear whatever hat you want with the rest of the outfit. Because I think the NPC, it was a Reddit post by someone, and I'll put it on our doc as well, is that the hat, now, there you go, I'm going to show you here. The hat on the character in this thing, and I'm pretty sure this outfit is the one of the outfits that's already in the game. It's the Explorer thingamajig. I can't remember what it's called. I'm pretty sure it's that one, but the hat is different. So the fact that you might actually be able to have different hats with outfits is something which has been talked about.
I mean, even if that's all they separated out was just the hats, that'd be a good start.
Yeah. But yes, going back to definitely separating outfit pieces into like, yeah, for sure would be wicked. That is a lot of outfits to do that with. I would like to have that as well, but yeah, I mean, I think as they've said they're trying to make it more like the equipment / build templates and stuff and whatnot. It'd probably go into some kind of UI around that, I guess. I don't know. It could be good to put it in the wardrobe area, like, as well. Yeah, absolutely. It's exciting, though,
You may
right?
want to check our group chat. Jeb. I will say that originally when the game first launched, the first outfits were individually pieced, right? So that's the profane armor, and I think it was like a huntery looking armor. So I would love that. And I think that players would get much more utility out of that. Not that I don't like the outfits, and they're very traditional to Guild Wars because we've had them from like the original game.
Right.
And I think if you're going to throw any money at the gem store, then outfits are the best bang for your buck by far. If you want to do a bit of Fashion Wars finagling without too much hassle. But yeah, I would really welcome the ability to have the gorgeous, beautiful Fashion Wars items kind of more available and individually available. I think that would be fantastic.
Absolutely. Unless anyone has anything else to say, I think we're going to kind of end it there. As the day continues, and I've actually got to go, which is my fault, which is why it was a little bit earlier today. We're not really going to have it at this time again, other than if things, we're just more people are available at this time. But I just wanted to leave this image in the background because I love that I think this is a cool part of the expansion, which I'm looking forward to, is the history of the region as well, which is like, I'm not sure if that's an Asura gate or if it's like, it looks Ore-esque, like, I don't know, like, it's just cool. I don't know. I don't even know what it is.
It's got to be Melandru. I would bet my left testicle that it's Melandru.
I didn't know that about you, but okay.
I have a husband. They're technically. I have access to them.
You're
I can maybe
claiming.
loan them out for the weekend.
There we go.
Yeah.
So we brought it back.
His
to
left nut, then.
Your husband's left testicle. Okay, I'm sorry, husband.
Yes, indeed.
He has been claimed by the Lightbringers podcast / the Crichton Herald, apparently. Cool, lovely. All right. It's been a wicked. Anyone want to say any last words about the expansion or anything that was in the blog post or anything that we haven't talked about that it feels important? Excellent.
Just riding the hype train.
Yes, the train that is hype-esque. Hype-esque? Oh, it's just truly hype. Okay, lovely. All right, choo-choo indeed. Next week we were going to be back talking more about the expansion. If you're at the end and you want to know why people do the things and where they do it, you can go back to the beginning and find out there, because we don't need to do that again. Because normally I did it as an outro, but I failed this year. But everyone wave.
There we go.
This is going to be the new goodbye for this week. I'm sorry. It just seems like
Thanks for coming on by. Thanks for listening.
Ending.
Bye.
We love you.
Otter's also waving.
Pre-purchase Visions of Eternity using any of the links that you'd like to.
Yes. Use
support your creators.
Yes. There's going to be all the links for all the people that can do so in the bottom of the description. If you want to check us out on Sundays, 12 p.m. Pacific-ish, 7 p.m. GMT. We will see you next time. Thanks so much for watching. Thank you for all the new followers and new faces we've seen live as well on Twitch. We will see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye for now. Goodbye, everyone. Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Exciting.